Hey guys, and welcome to pregnancy week 27 and 28 and just about 29. I am so shocking. But A, it is December. B, I have 2 kids, which I don't know how other YouTubers do it with like 5 or 6 kids. I just don't have time. My washing pile is like up over my head. My kid puked in their bed, so I'm trying to clean that, and I'm actually in the room where he puked, so it kind of stinks a little bit. I think I might need to open a window. And I'm trying to get my Christmas stuff done, and it's like every week this pregnancy just like goes further and further, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I've got to do a vlog. And then once I've done the pregnancy vlogs, I'm like, I'm doing nothing but pregnancy vlogs. I need to do something else. So I do have a weekly vlog coming up, which I will upload at some point. So I'm trying to get back into them because it's nice to look back on, and I love looking back on the ones with Roman. Like, who of you guys remembers my Raising Roman diaries? They were just little snippets of the week like I've been doing of Roman when he was little, and oh bless his heart, he was so cute. Not that he's not cute now, but it's just like looking back on those, I'm like, oh my gosh. So I am trying to get back into those so that I have these to look back on, because I don't generally look back on my pregnancy vlogs so much. I don't look back on the sit down vlogs. I like to look back on the ones where we're actually doing stuff. Yeah, so I'm getting back into those because they're fun to look back on. But yeah, I'm really struggling to keep up, but I think it's because it's December, things are getting super busy, kids are getting cranky, end of school year, like it's just really tough. Anyway, into the pregnancy. It is Monday and I am 28 weeks and, Friday, Thursday, 28 weeks and 3 days pregnant. So, symptoms for the past like nearly 3 weeks. The main one is my blood pressure. My blood pressure kind of went high again. It was 147 over 110, I think. So, and I knew it was getting high because I was getting my symptoms, which was the weird vision, and I was starting to get headaches for 5 days in a row, and I thought, okay, I better let my midwife know. So I let my midwife know, and she came over and she took my blood pressure, and that's what it was, and she was like, I think you need to go into hospital. And I was like, no, please. One half of me was actually going though, you know what, going into hospital would mean that people like bring me food and I would have no kids around me, and there'd be no television, and I'd be surrounded by 4 white walls and I could just sleep. Like, why did I decline that? What was I thinking? I did decline. I was like, yeah, no, I'd rather not, because I'm a sweet mother and I want to be with my children. Like, actually, I just didn't want to go to the hospital just for them to observe me overnight, because I was just like, you know what, I'd just rather be at home with my kids, because who wants to sit in a hospital? So my midwife talked to the obstetrician or whoever was on at the hospital at the time, and he agreed to just like give me a high dosage of my labetalol, which is a blood pressure, you know, drug, and my midwife came back in an hour and just checked that it actually brought my blood pressure down. If it hadn't have brought my blood pressure down, then obviously I would have gone to the hospital, because, you know, I'm not that silly. But it had brought it down. It was still on the higher side, but it had come down. So now I'm on a double dose of what I was of labetalol, which is fine. It's just a pill, it's no big deal. And then I saw my midwife at my normal clinic appointment, and my blood pressure had gone down even a little bit further, which is great. So now it's kind of stable. The other symptom, which is a brand spanking new one, was we were at Roman's school concert. It was the end of year thing, and I was sitting there and my stomach started getting tight, really tight, and then it started hurting, and I was like, oh, what is going on? This feels weird. And it started hurting really bad, and I ended up, and the room was so hot, it was so stuffy, like there was no airflow, and I started to feel like I need to get out of here, something's wrong. And so I went outside, and I was walking around with my hand on my tummy and on my back, and I'm like, oh my god, what's going on? But the pain was constant, so I thought to myself, I don't think this is early labor, because the pain is constant, it's just not going away, it's just there. And I was in agony, and I was like just thinking, oh my gosh, I've got to get through this concert, I've got to get through this concert. And it finally finished, and I grabbed Roman and went outside, and I was like to Mum, right, just go drive through McDonald's drive through, get the kids some dinner, go home. Mum ran me a bath, and I got in the bath, and I just felt so much better after that. But the next day, the pain was gone, but I felt like this pulling sensation in my the sides of my belly, whereas the pain the day before was all over. But this slight dull ache remained the next day. And I asked my midwife about it, my midwife about it, and she thinks that it might actually be muscle separation, so that's fun. So I'm going to be looking for some sort of belly support for after I give birth, to kind of wrap me up and hold everything together, because I have had a little bit of muscle separation after Mila Rose. I did have some that never really fully closed back up, so now it's obviously just getting worse, but it was the most agonizing pain I'd ever felt other than labor. It was very strange pain. But yeah, so my midwife thinks that it's muscle separation, and when she mentioned that, I was like, oh yeah, that's actually probably what it was. So yeah, I just said to Mum, right, I'm gonna have to wrap myself up real tight after this birth and try and figure out some core exercises and stuff that I can do to try and get this, you know, muscle in my abdomen to kind of close back in again. Otherwise I'm gonna have a pot belly for the rest of my life. It ain't so bad because I ain't got no one to impress anyway. Just while we're talking about clinics and hospitals and stuff, I had an appointment with my boob. The ultrasound came out clear, and then I had another appointment with some surgeon person. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll know that I got a letter saying I need to see a surgeon. I was like, what? Why? So he came in, felt up my boob after waiting like forever, and said that, you know, he can't feel anything, so that's great, blah 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 blah. And then I just got a phone call just before I did this video saying I need to go see the actual surgeon, because I saw his person underneath them, whatever they call them, and so now I need to go see him, and I don't know why I need to see him. And I wish people were more transparent and be like, oh, you know, it's nothing, they're just gonna do a checkup. I'm like, what? Anyway, so they are sending me for an actual mammogram, so that'll be fun, because my nana was like to me, oh yeah, they hurt. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I'm a big breasted woman, they push like real hard on your boob. I'm like, oh, fun. But you know, they are being very, very thorough, which I'm grateful for, because the pain's obviously been there for coming up 5 months now. They think it may be hormonal, but they are doing all the checks anyway, which is awesome. Like they're looking at everything and making sure that everything is okay, so I'm grateful for that. Now as for baby, I think baby's doing really well. I haven't had another ultrasound, that will be coming up soon. I haven't got a date yet, so we'll be able to see little Bubba. But I got this frame, $2 from Kmart, and I just put his little picture in it. Like, how cute is that? I just love that. I love square frames, they just look so beautiful with pictures. So I've got that sitting by his cot on the drawers here, and I just love coming in and putting clothes away for like all of Roman's clothes, and just like looking at this picture and going, I can't wait to meet you. So in general, my pregnancies actually this week has gone fairly well, other than that pain I had. It's gone well. I'm a bit tired. I'm getting up in the middle of the night to pee a lot, which is kind of, you know, what you'd expect this time in pregnancy, and I can't get very comfortable. But other than that, things are going actually pretty well, so fingers crossed that it stays that way. And yeah, I'm really excited to be hitting 29 weeks at the end of this week. When I get to 30 weeks, it'll just be like, whoa, like I'm actually going to be having a baby soon, which is kind of crazy, because time is just going to go so fast now that we're in the Christmas holidays. Okay, so before we do the belly shot and I show you some baby buys, I'm just going to quickly remind you about getting those squares in for the baby blanket. Some of you have said, I don't know what to do except for send a square of fabric, and that's fine. Go choose like the Hungry Caterpillar or some fabric that has a really cute design on it. Like, just do that, you know, it's still from you, you're still sending it to me. So some people are getting really worried about what they can put on this, and honestly, don't worry, just do something. It's just still gonna be me thinking. When I look at the blanket, just like when I look at the bunting, I will still look at a piece of it and go, oh yeah, I remember when such and such sent that, or I remember when I opened up that package, because it's all related to my pregnancy journey, and I still think of those things. So even if you feel bad just sending a square of fabric, don't. Just find a fabric that you think is beautiful and that you want to send. And hey, you think if you're on the other side of the world, you'll have fabrics that we don't have here, which will be really cool to look at. Alright guys, I'm going to quickly do my baby buys. Well, this one isn't a baby buy. Martin's mum got this for the baby. I can't wait to say his name. I wish we had a proper name sorted, which is really cute. And it is a prem size, because we're obviously gonna have a little teeny tiny baby. And look, she made this tiny little cardi to go with it. How adorable is that? I'm gonna have a little person in this, you guys. Like, seriously, look how small this is. It's like a doll shirt. That is how tiny our baby is gonna be. That is just crazy. So she made that to go with this shirt. So it's going to be super cute. And I also have my very first biggest baby buy, which you can see behind me here. And because I'm a really good like YouTuber or vlogger, I have it really like set up for you guys to see. So once I've done my belly shot, I will like plug it in and show you, and I'll talk about that then. So let's do the belly shot and I'll plug this in so you can have a look. Alright guys, as usual, thanks for watching, and hopefully I can pump out some different videos other than pregnancy, because you know, it's getting a little old. Like Christmas stuff, like what I bought for the kids and blah blah blah. I'll think of something. But anyway, I do want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas, and thank you for tuning in as always. Your support is always really appreciated. Alright guys, thanks, bye. Okay, so this is my new rocker. I actually got it secondhand off my sister, so I'm stoked with that. I didn't have to pay full price for a rocker. So I actually got rid of Mila Rose's one because I didn't actually really expect that we were going to have another baby, but we did, so that's cool. So this is a Fisher Price rocker. So down here it has a little bit which you can turn on. It has no batteries at the moment, but it makes it vibrate. But we turn it on down here. So it plays music and it rocks back and forth. Change the music to Tweety Bird, whatever. You can change the speed of this, and the cool thing that I like is you can go backwards and forwards, or like the last one I had with Mila Rose, you can turn it around and have it go side to side. The other cool thing about it is that you can actually take it off. You can rock it backwards and forwards, or side to side manually. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I'm so excited that I got this. It's one of the main things that I needed to get for this baby was a swing, because we've kind of got everything else, but we didn't have something for him to be in, like to rock him to sleep or whatever, or you know, just an extra place for him to go if I need to make dinner or something. Number one baby buy, I reckon guys, is getting some sort of swing, especially one that is battery powered or powered by something, so you don't have to constantly sit there and rock it. Honestly, it'll be the best thing you buy when it comes to like needing that extra set of hands if no one's around, cooking dinner, doing the washing, something like that, you know. Sometimes you just need baby out of your arms for a minute, so that's where rockers are brilliant.